sometimes when we sit here and practice, especially if you sit for long periods of time, it may seem like you're being torn apart. It's hard not to be afraid of being torn apart. What will become of me? By the way, this being torn apart, it's called bhanga in Pali and Sanskrit. It means dissolution. You can look it up on the internet. It's an experience that some people go through, and some of you are going through, and others of you will go through, but not everyone goes through it. It has both a wonderful aspect to it, because there can be like champagne bubbles and blissful flows of energy and so forth. That's the wonderful side. But there can also be disturbing images of skeletons and death and animals eating you up. And if this sounds like some of the things that happen in shamanic culture, that's no coincidence. I'm sure that's no coincidence. This is a human thing. It transcends a particular spiritual path. Often in Africa, there's an illness associated with before a big spiritual breakthrough takes place. In other cultures, the shaman experiences animals eating them, et cetera, et cetera. So there can be a heavenly side and a hellish side. For some people, it's only heavenly. Everything just becomes an aerosol of the most blissful, gentle, effervescent flow. And that's the form that the dissolution takes. For other people, the flow is more like being torn apart, you're just being pounded and squeezed and stretched and twisted, the whole fabric of consciousness. And other people get these weird images and stuff like that, that sort of, skeletons and rotting corpses and things emblematic of death, which makes sense because you are, after all, surrendering to the primordial forces of death, but also of life. If it takes the form that it seems that you're being torn apart, don't be afraid. All that's going to happen is you will be torn apart, but you will become life and death. God and the devil won't have anything in between them to prevent them from uniting into that which transcends contrast. All ordinary tastes disappear, and there is only the vimoksha rasa, the taste of liberation. But according to the way my teacher likes to talk, there's really three tastes in there: the taste of life, the taste of death, and the taste of zero. That which is neither life nor death, but their completion. The integrated body, mind, and world arise never completely separate from the source, even as you're going about daily life, looking here, looking there. It seems like zero opens up, expands and contracts and molds what you're looking at. But it never really separates from zero. So you, what you're looking at, the forces that are molding you and what you're looking at, and the cessation of those forces are never completely separate. That then sets the stage for a lifetime of integration. And since you experience the self and the world as coming out of and returning to the same place through the peristalsis of this formless womb, in Greek, you know what the word for brother or sister is? It's a unisex word, actually. It means sibling, brother or sister. I'll give you a hint. There's a city that's called the city of brotherly/sisterly love. Well, the love part is the philia. The adelphos is the brother-sister part. Delphos, although you would never guess by its sound, is cognate to the Sanskrit word garbha, G-A-R-B-H-A. Have you ever heard of the Tathagata Garbha? The Garbha means womb. Tathagata Garbha is the womb of the Buddhas, the mother of the Buddhas, the source, the nature of nature. Delphos means womb, and so adelphos means one who shares the womb. Adelphos, a brother or sister, is someone who shares the womb, literally. And in Sanskrit, the word is sagarbha. So adelphos, they don't sound that similar, but they're cognate. Sagarbha, one who has shared the womb. Adelphos, one who has shared the womb. So your physical brother or sister is the one who has shared the physical womb. But the formless womb of the source, everyone shares. And to the extent that you have a sense of sharing that source, to that extent you cannot avoid the direct perception, moment by moment, that everyone you look at is your relative, literally. And not just every human, right? Every animal or plant, everything. The kenocentric view leads to a cosmocentric view. If zero is at the center of your being, then the whole cosmos is the center of your concern in the sense of a call to service.